I'm back working on this mini Bobcat, and I've got a fuel filter to do today, and this retainer plate came in, and also I put some new tracks on it, so I want to talk about that for a minute. But first thing I'm going to do here, just because I had the machine over here, is lube up some of these zerks right here. And it's worth mentioning that you should never get underneath the bucket when it's up in the air like this, so it's a safety concern. But I put it up here just to lube these things up, give me a little bit more clearance. I wanted to talk for a minute about what I went through to replace these tracks. So in my previous video you saw me adjusting this bolt right here, and there's a retainer plate which was missing on this side, and I ordered that, and I'll get that back on there today. But basically what you do is you take all the pressure off of that. This will slide in, but the problem is this wheel right here hits this roller before it gives enough slack in the track to get the track off. And so me and one of my buddies were fighting this thing like crazy trying to get it off. Finally ended up pulling this roller out, which is a pain in the butt by itself, but that let this go way further in, which gave us tons and tons of slack to get the track on. So this first track we tried bigger and bigger and bigger pry bars, and it was just a huge waste of time. Finally pulled the roller out, got this to slide in much further. On the other side, we went ahead and pulled the roller out at the very beginning and got it right on with no problem. So this machine's got some new tracks on it now. They were a big help, and they needed to be done sooner than later, so we went ahead and got it done. So here's a new retainer plate, and who knows where the original one was. Oh, this was the air filter cap that was cracked. This little tab right here was cracked, so I went ahead and ordered another one of those. And then I also got a fuel filter, so we're going to replace the fuel filter on there as well. And I picked up another fuel filter for the next time, and I picked up another outer air filter for next time. Oh, and there's a couple of bolts. One of the bolts for that retainer block was stripped out, so I got some more of those. There's that retainer block replaced. Got a couple tags on my machine here too. That was pretty cool. This block, the bolt is basically a little bit stripped out, and so I wanted to replace it as well. So when I ordered the bolt, I got a couple extras. So that bolt is just pretty much gone. Hopefully this one will be better. All right, that's finished. The fuel filter is right down there, so we're going to pull this retaining plate off so we can access it. So here's how the machine sits when I'm working on it. I've got the bucket folded down, and it's resting on the blade there, so the arms are up out of the way and the bucket is safely supported. So let me get in here and get this fuel filter off of here. So there's the filter right there. So it's just a spin-on filter, and like I mentioned, I just got this machine maybe about 10 or 15 hours ago, and I'm just going to replace it. So just as a good measure. At some point in the past, the tab on this cover broke off, and so somebody had put a set screw in there, so that's what I replaced here. So I guess it's wanting this to face down. There it goes. I guess that's correct. Let's start this machine up and check for leaks at that fuel filter. So after trying to start this a couple times, I loosened up this drain valve and let some fuel drain out of there. I guess you have to purge the air out of it, but got that done. So I don't see any leaks. I'm going to be taking this machine over to a job we've been working on tomorrow, and my concrete guy is going to pour a slab, and so he's going to use this because it's on the side in a muddy area. So this thing should be ready to rock and roll.